when healthy snacks become unhealthy. Good morning. What a stunning day. That's what we're going to be talking about today. When healthy snacks become unhealthy. If you stick around to the end, I'll send you my snack list. Just comment with snacks below if you want some more ideas about this. But anyway, I want to touch on a scenario first that happened. And this happens a lot, and I've spoken about this a lot, but I'm going to come at this from a different angle and from my own personal view on this as well, which is that a lot of people who come into our program will come off the back of, I'm eating healthily. Morning, Jill, how are we doing? I'm eating healthily, but I'm still not getting the results I want. So I'm not sure what changes I can actually make. And firstly, when we go into this in a bit more detail, eating healthily doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to lose body fat, lose weight. There is a difference here. Now, because we sometimes assume that healthy means weight loss, and generally it can do, like a lot of the time it will, because you're generally eating more nutrient-dense foods. There's still some beliefs in there, maybe from certain diets or media, scariness of certain things, that make us believe that eating smaller meals, where we like starve ourselves at the meal though, not even feel satisfied, whether like jacket potatoes are fattening, whatever belief we have, and it's not that you have to eat them or not, but what we end up getting into the habit of doing sometimes is having a really like light lunch, and this is only a problem if it's a problem. Okay, so don't think that you have to make these changes at all. I'm just going through this scenario. So we have a really light lunch and we avoid potatoes because we've heard that they're fattening. Maybe we've looked at the insulin hypothesis, which is lacking quite a lot of evidence. But anyway, it can help if someone cuts out jacket potatoes for certain people. So it's not absolute. But what happens then later on is that they feel good that they haven't eaten the potato, but then they think nothing about eating nuts mid-afternoon, raisins, fruit, all healthy, nutritious stuff. But if you took away the label of fruit, avocado, nuts, took away the label of potato, these have real big thoughts in your head sometimes, that one is fattening, one is not, one is healthy, one is not. If you just looked at the nutrition and looked at facts, you would probably make a totally different choice. For example, most people don't know that a potato contains pretty much 100% of your vitamin C for the day. It's very high in potassium. So another nutrient, magnesium, not super high, but still nutrients in there. It's quite filling on the satiety index, which means it will keep you full for longer. Now, again, this is only a problem if it's a problem. Now, my point in this is, these are all healthy snacks. But if your goal is fat loss and you want to be, and it's not all about weight, I want to make that clear. But if your goal is that, for whatever reason, whether it's I need to lose it to get into a certain BMI range, and of course there's lots of issues with that, which we've gone for another day. But if you are looking to reduce medication, whatever the goal is, I want to improve my mobility, take pressure off my knees, off my joints, then we've got to consider here that eating healthily, quote unquote, might not be enough. If you're at that stage where it's become easy to eat healthily, but you're still not losing weight, okay, and that's a key thing to remember, because we don't just want to change everything at once. But what becomes apparent is, and in this one instance, we looked at is how many calories they were eating from nuts, and not that fruit is bad, nuts are bad, but how many calories they were eating. They could have actually had a more satisfying lunch and actually felt really good about it. Like have a jacket potato, like have a proper meal, rather than thinking I'm doing really well by having a really light lunch. And then we think nothing of snacking, picking in the afternoon. And once we start, we sometimes can't stop. Sound familiar? And there's another psychological edge to this that I want to touch on, which is that we can sometimes grant ourselves lots of permission to eat quote unquote healthy snacks compared to quote unquote unhealthy snacks. Like if you walk into the kitchen, there's a donut and a biscuit there, you may actually be able to go, I'm doing all right at the moment, I'm doing this, I don't want to have that, because in your head that's unhealthy. So we actually find it sometimes, and it's not with everyone, this is just this scenario I'm talking about, easier to say no to these foods. But then when it comes to like nuts, raisins, stuff like that, we're like, well, they're healthy anyway, so I can just pick at them, eat them. And my point here is then actually, given our goal, we need to get clear on actually, is the healthy snacks now becoming unhealthy based on our metabolism, based on where we want to be in how we feel, where we want to be with our fat loss. Morning, Deborah. So then it becomes a game of, okay, I need to come up with a strategy that maybe actually keeps me full and satisfied because my meals are all good. But how can I make them more satisfying? Can I have more protein, have more veggies in them, have more even carbohydrates in them? If that's, like I said, if that's an issue for you, only if it's an issue for you. Or do we need to actually look at more filling, voluminous snacks? And if you do want the snack list I'm just talking about, comment with snack below and I'll get that for you. Morning, Deborah. How are we doing? So I hope that helps. And if you are in that boat, just consider maybe whether you need to make your meals a bit more substantial and come up with a simple strategy then to go, okay, then my snack will be this, this, and this, rather than never really ever feeling satisfied at a meal. And it's the balance, right, isn't it, between portion size and snacking, going too low with your portion size and snacking later, but also being aware of the nutrients and the beliefs we hold around certain foods, which then mean that we label them as healthy and unhealthy, good, bad, which is quite difficult to do. You know, you look at, I'll finish on this tangent, but, you know, look at dairy. You'll speak to one person, yeah, but dairy's bad for you, isn't it? If you actually just write down everything you think of when it comes to dairy, you've got butter, you've got cream, you've got cake, you've got ice cream, right? Then throw that to the other side. You've got probiotics in Greek yogurt. You've got milk, which is protein, vitamin B, like, you know, iodine. You've got all this, like, so many different types of dairy already. Yet someone can come out with a statement that says dairy is really bad for you. Depends. If I'm eating a tub of butter a day and cream, or if I'm lactose intolerant, I'm drinking milk, it's a different conversation. So there's so many variables with that, and you just got to be careful and, you know, critique everyone, even me, especially me. You know, look at my sunglasses. You don't really want to trust anyone with these pineapple sunglasses. If you came in and someone, right, we're going to talk about milk and dairy today, and I came in like this, you'd be like, hang on a minute, what, does this guy know anything he's talking about? So just be wary of some of the stuff you read, because it just causes real confusion, and these beliefs can set in with us for so long that then we think it's us, but actually sometimes just our beliefs about a certain food. Anyway, I hope that helps. Have a lovely day. What a scorching day it is. Look at that. Lovely. Anyway, have a good one. If you want that snack list, comment with a snack below and I'll send it over to you. Make it a great day and I'll see you soon. Take care.